I want to touch on individuals looking to get their contractor's license, okay? Now, when you're looking to get your contractor's license, you're looking for a school, you're looking for the right materials, looking for the right type or method of study to best suit you to be able to pass the exam. That's where you want to get to. That's point A to point Z, right? But now getting from point A to point B is so making that selection. I had a friend recently call me, and the friend that recently called me, he actually signed up with another school, which is not a problem because he felt that school fits the criteria he's looking for. But I'm gonna tell you some things some challenges he faced with the actual school and what he thought it was going to be. Well, he calls me and he says, "Hey, can I buy your DVDs and CDs?" And I don't usually sell them separately. I try to sell them in a package because the course is better when it's sold in a complete package. So I asked him, "Hey, well, what's going on? You know, where are you at with things?" And he signed up with another school here in San Diego, and he's not getting what he thought he was going to get, what he actually thought he was paying for. Now, he wanted more of a classroom setting, right? Now, I recently stopped doing live classroom settings. We started with the online course study because it just wound up being better for the students. You didn't have to leave your home. You can do it when you travel. You didn't have to worry about missing anything. Now, a lot of students feel that they can listen and learn better in class, but some of the individuals that feel that way never even done online study before. They never done an online class before. And each online class is different. So that thought that you have, especially if it's a negative thought, then give it a try before you knock it, okay? Give it a try before you just rule that out. Because he signed up for this school and he thought he was going to get live classes, which he did, but there were no in-depth training. There was no in-depth study. There was literally just a glaze over the material, and then you're left on your own after you meet the amount of classes that you're giving. So I think he was giving classes for an amount of 2 weeks, and now after those 2 weeks are up, he's still calling me and asking me for more course material, which is the DVDs and CDs. It's like, man, I just need to know a little bit more because I feel like I didn't get what I thought I was going to get in these classes. We kind of like we kind of just glazed over things real quickly on each day, and the instructor didn't even cover the math portion. Everyone has a little bit of math on their trade exam, right? And you're going to deal with geometry. And we need to touch on that because, you know, a lot of us that are starting our business, we haven't done geometry in a long time. And plus you want to have your pencil sharpened when you go up for this state exam. So that brings me back to, choosing the right school, really asking the right question. And asking the right question is really what you need to develop your business. Really what you need to make sure that you're doing things right as a business owner. So now you have to ask the right questions. If you don't ask the right questions, then how do you know you're getting the right material? How do you know you're getting what you paid for? So he's in class. He's not really absorbing what they're going over. He's not really absorbing the lesson plan because the method in which the instructor is teaching, right? And he was hoping they can go over things, maybe reference it toward the book so he can actually find these answers, study these answers according to where the answers are at in the book, in the study material, which any student will benefit a lot better by this method, and that's how we do it here at the Construction Entrepreneur School. Even though it's online, you get to interact. You can ask the instructor questions. When we go over tests, we actually show you where the answer is at in the book. So you can highlight those answers in the book, and you can always go back to them, and you know exactly where to go, what page, what chapter, what section on that page that answer is at. And while we're going over course material, we give you something to study at the end of each course. That way, when we start the class the next week, because the classes are weekly, when we start the class the next week, you should have been studying. And then that way we can cover that course material and go over that test together, because we're all on the same page. So this is what I want to say is, the school that you select, you need to make sure you're getting everything that you're paying for, because this is an investment. This is not something that you're just throwing at the clouds, okay? This is something that you need to take seriously. This is a huge goal. This test is not easy. So you definitely don't want to, get something that's not going to get you to A to B to C to D and all the way following through Z. You need to make sure you're receiving everything that you need to get your contractor's license. Now I'm going to leave you with that. Double check your school. Ask to speak to the owner or the instructor. Find out how the course is laid out. What would they be going over? What are you going over? How are we studying for this? How is your study or the method of your studying going to help me pass and get to Z, which is my my contractor's license? Figure it out. Ask the right questions. You have to learn how to ask the right questions, especially just being in business. All right. So here are a few of the questions that you can ask your school when you're signing up. Right? One question you can ask is, what type of course material would I receive when I sign up? Right? So here at the Construction Entrepreneur School and Services, we give you a trade course manual. We give you a law and business manual. We give you CDs and DVDs for the trade course. We give you CDs and DVDs for the law and business as well. And you'll also get an online access to the test and material for the law course, and you also get an online and test material for the law and business as well, and you'll get weekly live Facebook Live, YouTube Live classes where you can interact with the instructor. You'll be on video conference. You can go from no video to just listening to the audio and follow along that way, or you can join in, ask questions, text them in, or verbally ask those questions to the instructor. And then you'll also be included in the new contractor study group, where you will have access to previous classes, as well as other video and other materials that you need to know as a new contractor. And you're already joined into that starting out. You're already joined into that when you sign up for the course. So that's what's great. Like I was talking with my friend of mine, the school he signed up with, he got course material and he got classes, and that's it. So, and that's why he was calling me for the CDs and DVDs. So find out what's all included in there. Also, ask him this: if I feel that I need to know more, if I feel I need to learn more, if I feel that I'm not ready after I have went through your course, would I have the option to go through your course again at no cost? Would I have the option to go through your course as many times as possible at no cost until I feel that I'm ready to take this state exam? Because that's what you're paying for, right? And the reason why you want to ask this is because not everyone learns the same. Okay? Now, you can't cater to every single individual, But what you can do, you can make sure that these individuals are learning, or are getting what they pay for, or are equipped with the tools to get to the next level. Okay, so if you're not comprehending, if you're not quite learning, what are they going to do to make sure you are getting your money's worth, that you can get to that next level and make sure that you pass your state exam? What are they going to do? Also, you want to ask this, okay, if I'm only given the study manual, okay, is the manual current? Is it current? Is it up to date? When was it last updated? Find out. And then ask them if they say, yeah, it's updated weekly. Well, let me see the previous versions of the course. If it was updated weekly or monthly or, every 6 months, can I see the previous version? Can I see what has been recently added? And then what was the original content? Ask them. If you're constantly being updated, if you're constantly adding new things, then show me what's being added. Show me what's different. Okay. Another thing, ask if, what is the process if I go through this test, the state exam, and I don't pass? Okay. What are you guaranteeing for me that I'm going to pass? Do I get to retake the test? At your cost? Do you pay for me to reschedule and retake the test? Because I believe it's $83 to retake the state exam. So since you're going through that school, do you guarantee that I'll pass? It's kind of tough to guarantee every student pass, but find out, what are the guarantees? Every school feels that they are unique in what they do, and they can offer a guarantee in regards to passing. But now once you find out if they do offer a reimbursement, or they actually help you, they actually will provide funds for you to retake the test. Ask, what does that process look like? Okay, you don't want to go through a bunch of gibberish trying to get a refund, or trying to get them to pay for your next course. Okay, because when you re-sign up to retake your test, there's a short window there. So you want to make sure that you get the reimbursement quickly, and that you don't have to go, I got to write a letter to corporate, I got to sign it, I got to notarize it, then I got to send it, and then you send it back, and then I got to send it back, and then I have to call you to follow up. What is the process? Do I just come to the office and I receive this check if I show you my no pass letter? What is that process? Also, too, you might want to ask, do they have any history of people already passing, right? Do they have any reviews, right? They have anyone there in the school right then that have already passed that course, that have already gotten their license? What is your pass rate? Oh, my pass rate is 98%. That's why we offer a guarantee that you'll pass. Well, that's great. Well, can I speak to one of the students that recently passed, so I can find out, if what they were studying was actually really on this constantly updated materials that you say you have, right? Did that match the state exam? Now the materials are not going to match exactly, because we can't match exactly, but we can have somewhat close material that prepares you for the state exam, right? We can't match question for question, word for word. That's illegal. We can get shut down as a school if we have that, okay? But was it close to it? Did your material really help me, or was there a lot of things in your material that didn't even show up in the test at all? So ask to speak with someone, okay? And then anything else you can come up with during that time. Usually as you bring up these questions, other questions will pop up, and then you can ask those to see and really just get a feel for it, okay? And then really make your choice. And I want to say this: once you make your choice with the school, you need to follow quickly with signing up with your application. fill out your application to get the process started. I know it's a big task. I know a lot of individuals like to wait until they feel that they're ready. There's going to be a time where you're never going to feel like you're ready, because there's just so much content, so many things to learn. You have to learn a trade course. You have to learn the law and business, which is a challenge for a lot of individuals, learn that law and business. But I say this, you have to have a deadline. I tell all my students, you need a deadline. If you're just studying, you're not studying as an end goal. Yes, the major end goal, the larger end goal is getting your license, but you want to have something that pushes you. You want to have a test date in mind. And know that if you don't pass that time, then retake it. But always know that once you're going into that test, you're leaving out of there as a licensed contractor. And that's what's important. So sign up for the school, immediately start your application. Okay? Immediately start your application process. Do not let more time pass in between that. I'm going to leave you with that. Thanks for joining. Hopefully you learned a lot. If you did, make sure you like this video and leave a comment. Let me know that you gained something from this, so I can continue to produce this content, these videos for you individuals that are out there that are still on the fence with getting your license. I was once in that place as well, but I didn't have this type of platform that I can go to. So enjoy. See you on the next one. Have a great day. Thank you.